The Descent is easily one of the most terrifying films I've ever seen. As a huge fan of horrors and thrillers, I've seen a lot of them. But this one is one of the top 10 that I will never watch again, not because it's not good, but because it's so good that it's too scary. So I'm not going to spoil anything that happens. I won't go into the narrative in any spoiler details, but it's definitely a film that needs to be seen. Visually, the narrative itself is scary, but it relies a lot on beautiful visual effects, not jump scares. There are a couple of jump scares, but it's so eerie that you need to see it, preferably with the lights out. This was released in 2005 and is directed and written by Neil Marshall, and I will read the description from IMDb. It says, a caving expedition goes horribly wrong as the explorers become trapped and ultimately pursued by a strange breed of predators. Pretty self-explanatory, they go caving or potholing and they can't get back out. They lose their way and then suddenly, obviously, rocks are crumbling. They can't see any light. It's terrifying. If you're claustrophobic, it's your worst nightmare. I don't know if I'm claustrophobic, as in a proper phobia, or if I'm just scared of small spaces, but you would not catch me in this environment at all. So the fact that they're in a place that would terrify me is within itself very scary and intimidating. But because we have these, what did they describe it as, strange breed of predators, there's obviously that additional threat. Not just the fact that they're trapped, but the fact that they're trapped in an environment where they don't know if they're going to be killed or attacked. It's terrifying, and it's terrifying for several reasons. One, it happens very quickly, it moves very quickly. It's not one of those narratives where, I don't know, I've seen similar films where, for example, they would go potholing and for half of the film it's fine and then the danger strikes halfway through. This is not like that. It doesn't mess around, it doesn't waste time, it gets to the point, it gets there quickly. You will spend the majority of this film, which is 100 minutes, 99 minutes, absolutely terrified. I like the fact that it's very dark. You can't always see what's going on clearly. It's not as dark as what the characters would be experiencing. It's not pitch black, but it is dark enough that you kind of feel the fear when they look left. You can't see what's there. When they move forward, you can't see what's beneath their feet. It's very terrifying. Obviously, they do have torches and things for the most part. But they are obviously in a very dark and terrifying place. As I said at the beginning, it doesn't rely entirely on jump scares. I'd say there are some, but there's a lot of psychological horror in this. Obviously, they're trapped in a cave. Their minds are racing. Things are playing tricks on their minds. It's just, it has everything. And it has done everything that it has included exceptionally well. The pacing is amazing. The lighting, or perhaps lack thereof, is fantastic. The point of view of the characters is brilliant. The characters themselves, I'll be honest, I'm not bothered. I didn't feel for them. I wasn't rooting for them to get out alive or for like this character to have this success. I wasn't bothered. I don't feel like, for me, that's important. I didn't really need any of the characters to be likable or relatable. I just needed the good narrative, and that is there. It would have worked without these other people in the cave, this other breed, but it gives it another dimension. And this, to the very last second, will make you terrified. To the very last second. It's flawless. It has won 8 awards and 21 nominations. It won the Best Horror Film, the Saturn Award in 2007. It won the Best Director, the British Independent Film Awards in 2005. It also won Best Technical Achievement. It won the Best Horror Empire Award and the Best Technical Achievement for the Evening Standard British Film Award. It also won the Golden Schmoes Best Horror Movie of the Year and the Golden Trailer Best Thriller for the Golden Trailer Awards. It's done fantastically well for itself. It won a few other awards as well. I don't know anybody who's got a bad word to say about it. Maybe if you don't like horror, it's not going to be your thing, but it is an absolute sensation. And even though, I've just realized I didn't even know there was a Descent Part 2. That was released in 2009. Looks like some of the same cast are there. That is not as well received on IMDb. Even though I said I'd never watch this again, it doesn't mean I didn't love it. I loved it so much. I loved the experience, but it was terrifying. I'd watch it maybe with somebody else who hasn't seen it and who asks me to watch it with them, but I will never seek it out because it's that scary. I love it. The Descent is exactly what I want from a horror film.